When we speak of time, we often imagine it as a straight road stretching behind and ahead of us, a place where the past is gone forever and the future waits to be built. But time is far stranger than we think. The younger self you once were, the child who laughed without fear, the teenager who dreamed in wild colors, the person who believed they could become anything, has never disappeared. They are still inside you, watching with open eyes, waiting to see if you will become the person they once imagined. We often mistake maturity for the burial of our younger selves, thinking that adulthood means leaving behind the innocence of dreams. Yet what if the truth is different? What if that younger version of you has simply been waiting patiently through the noise of jobs, responsibilities, and survival? What if they whisper to you every time you feel a spark of passion, every time you get goosebumps imagining a life you still secretly long for? The pandemic reminded us of this inner presence. When the world paused, many of us felt old dreams stirring again, dreams we had shelved in the name of practicality. Some remembered the goals they had promised themselves as children. Others realized how far they had drifted from what once gave them joy. It was as though the younger self, locked deep inside, was knocking at the walls of our adult lives, begging not to be forgotten. This younger self is not a ghost. They are your truest witness. They see whether you rise or fall, whether you choose discipline or drift, whether you chase your goals or abandon them. They do not demand perfection, only honesty. And in their silence, there is both mercy and urgency. Mercy because they are always waiting, urgency because their patience is not infinite. So as we begin this journey together, let us pause to ask, what did your younger self once believe you could be? What did they imagine when they looked into the mirror of possibility? The answer still lives within you, and the time has come to listen. At the core of every meaningful pursuit lies a quiet reminder. The dreams you chase today were first whispered by the child within you. They appeared as fleeting images, bursts of joy, or moments when you felt limitless and unafraid. These sparks were not random. They were signals of the life you were meant to live. To dismiss them is not merely to abandon a goal. It is to turn your back on the promise of who you were meant to become. Discipline and consistency are the silent forces that transform those early sparks into reality. Every small act of focus, every deliberate choice to show up, sends a message to your younger self. I remember you. Repetition is not mundane, it is powerful. Writing one page, training for an hour, or refining a skill may seem minor in the moment, but over weeks and months, these efforts accumulate into momentum so strong, it reshapes your destiny. Yet inaction carries weight as well. Each day you ignore that inner voice. Each time you retreat from effort compounds into regret. It is rarely dramatic failures that leave scars. It is the steady surrender to distraction, the quiet betrayal of your own potential, the slow fading of the vision you once held sacred. Your younger self never demanded perfection or ease. They only asked for presence, for faithfulness to the path they glimpsed. When you act with intention, when you honor that inner spark, you are not only moving toward an external goal, you are mending the gap between the person you were and the person you are becoming. Purpose is built like a house. The blueprint was drawn in childhood, your younger self holding the pen. Your present self lays the bricks, turns the screws, and carries the labor. Ignore the design, and the structure falters. Follow it faithfully, and you move along a path that feels not forced, but inevitable. A life built with quiet reverence for the promise you once held. Imagine a child standing at the edge of a river. On the other side lies the life they dream of, the musician on stage, the athlete in motion, the healer, the creator, the leader. The child cannot cross, but they place a stone in the water, the first stepping stone of vision. Then they look to you, the future self, to continue the crossing. With every disciplined action, you lay another stone, making it possible to reach the other side. Yet if you stop, if you walk away, the child remains stranded, forever waiting for you to finish what they began. Another story. Think of a seed buried deep in the soil. Your younger self placed it there long ago, full of potential but fragile. The adult you is the gardener, tasked with returning each day to water and care for it. To neglect it is to allow weeds of doubt and distraction to overrun the ground. But with patience and care, the seed grows into a tree that provides shade, fruit, and roots deep enough to withstand any storm. The tree is your destiny, but it only appears if you honor the planting. Even myths whisper this truth. Heroes rarely pursue quests for themselves alone. They are always fulfilling an ancient promise, answering a call first heard long before. That call is your younger self. They are the voice that says, "Do not forget who you are. Do not abandon what you came here to do." When you feel restless, unfulfilled, or empty, it is often the voice of this younger self calling out. They are not asking you to become perfect or extraordinary overnight. They are asking you to return to the river, to pick up the next stone, to water the seed. They are asking you to remember that every great life begins as a dream carried by a child. The bridge between your younger self and your present self is built not in grand gestures, but in the quiet, consistent choices that honor your own dreams. Each morning you rise, each moment you dedicate to growth, each act of courage. These are the planks laid across time. They are small, often invisible, but they form a pathway sturdy enough to carry the weight of your ambitions. Sometimes the bridge wobbles, doubt shakes it, fear threatens to wash it away, and yet each step you take, even hesitant, imperfect, strengthens it. Every time you face resistance, instead of turning away, you tell the child inside you, "I see you, I am coming." This bridge also teaches patience. The child who planted the seed did not rush it. They knew growth takes time. Likewise, your journey is not measured by speed, but by faithfulness. A single day of care may seem insignificant, but it compounds into momentum. Just as rivers carve canyons slowly, your consistent attention shapes the landscape of your life. And on the other side of the bridge waits the life your younger self imagined. Not a fantasy, but a destiny shaped by discipline, love, and intention. They are not waiting for a perfect version of you. They are waiting for the version that shows up day after day, willing to do the work, willing to carry the promise forward. The truth is simple. You cannot outrun your own history. The child inside you is patient but persistent, gentle but demanding. They do not beg, they do not argue, they simply remind you your life is a story, and only you hold the pen that turns dreams into reality. Dreams left unclaimed remain whispers, but dreams tended with intention become reality. Transformation is not a single heroic leap. It is the accumulation of small, deliberate actions, the consistent tending to your inner river and planted seed. Each choice to rise early, to practice, to create, to speak truth, to learn, to forgive. These are the stones, the waterings, the planks that build your bridge. Your younger self is not a ghost of the past. They are a compass for the present. They do not ask for grandeur, they ask for presence. Each day you honor their voice, you step closer to the life they imagined. Each failure, each moment of doubt is not a derailment, but a chance to lay a stronger stone, to water the seed with resilience, to reinforce the bridge with wisdom. Transformation is also sacred patience. A tree does not rush to bear fruit. It first grows roots, stretches branches, and strengthens against storms. So too must you cultivate your life. Celebrate the small victories, the unseen progress, the discipline quietly shaping your character. And then one day you look back and realize the river has been crossed, the seed has grown into a tree, and the bridge is complete. The child inside smiles, not because the journey was easy, but because you never abandoned them. You fulfilled the promise, honored the planting, and answered the call. The life you imagined as a child is no longer a distant dream. It is your reality, built stone by stone, watered day by day, lived with intention and courage. This is the ultimate gift, becoming the person your younger self always knew you could be. In the end, your life is not just about goals. It is about keeping a promise, the promise to the child who first dared to dream. Each step, each act of discipline, each moment of faith builds the bridge between who you were and who you are becoming. Do not leave that child waiting. Honor their vision, walk the path, become the person they always believed you could be.